What's up, YouTube? Shonex is back. How's it going, everybody? Took a bit, but I'm here. We got another death battle. I'm not going to spend so much time on this intro as I usually do, so let's get to the point. We got Cell versus Metal Sonic. This was teased in the last death battle, Yusuke versus Ichigo, which was a good death battle. Check it out on the channel if you haven't already. And, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Of the one-sided death battles that have occurred on Death Battle, this one is severely one-sided, alright? I love anime, and I obviously love Cell, okay? I'm not too hot on Sega. I mean, obviously I like Sonic a lot and stuff like that, but as far as knowledge goes, and lore and power scaling, I'm not the best there. But I do know one thing. It's OP, especially when, you know, how Death Battle does it. They're diving into everything. Like, if you just take Metal Sonic from, like, some game or cartoon, then Cell most likely would win. But involving the comics and other games that have happened, yeah, Metal Sonic is cleaning house. I mean, this dude was MVP in the Bowser vs. Robotnik death battle. He was MVP there. So this isn't a death battle, okay? This is a one-sided death match playing in Metal Sonic's favor. But I want my boy Cell to win, so let's see if they muster out something from Heroes or Heroes, you know, Cell Max, and see if they give my boy a chance, because I don't know what he's gonna do. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. That's the face of a goner. Oh, wow. Doing the drill already.
Cell versus Metal Sonic.
My boy Cell is cooked.
Android is truly the superior
Cooked.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Analyze
on
all
Death
you
Battle.
want. Cell's not winning this. Cell is solar system level.
There's a monster.
Metal
stalking
Sonic,
Ginger
especially in
Town.
that Neo
No
form,
one
is
who's
like
seen it has
universal
lived to
or
tell
more.
the tale. All it left behind was their clothes. Something ate these
Here
people's
we go,
insides,
Imperfect Cell.
leaving only a shadow
Imperfect
behind.
Cell.
Kind of creature driven only by the need to feed. Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The
Look at
Namekian
that
Piccolo
giant
went to
abominable
investigate
grasshopper.
This manslayer and discovered that it
Dude,
was
Imperfect Cell,
intelligent.
to this day,
Its
is the
tail could
most
unravel to
terrifying
absorb
Dragon
its
Ball
hapless
villain.
victims and add their
Hands down.
energy to its wretched gestalt.
Hands
But the
down.
nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last
Making
trick,
sure I'm good.
somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The
Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream of revenge.
Ah, the
lived
Red
on
Ribbon
within
Army.
Their head scientist, Dr. Gero.
Hiding
The good
away
old
in his
days.
spooky cave laboratory, Gero would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything
That
there was
ladybug
to know about them.
is
Building a
responsible for
series
so
of
much.
androids that would destroy his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of them: infinite energy androids, key-absorbing androids, trucker head androids, and even
Trucker hat.
ginger androids.
Ginger.
However, none of Gero's
You would think
creations
Gero
were
would have made
capable
himself
of
look
matching
younger.
that drive to improve that
Why'd he
Goku
make
and his
himself
fellow
look
martial
old
artists possess.
as an android?
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Gero's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a
His name was Cell, not it. Okay, Cell's pronouns are he, him. Anyways, creator Dr. Gero, height 7 foot. I'm telling you, bro, Cell can be that NBA. Classification: Bioandroid, DNA composition: Earthling, Saiyan, Namekian, Frieza clan, etc. Created to avenge the Reverend Army. Extremely annoying to draw. True. Likes tournaments. Heat tap. Kermit the Frog. Okay, we got abridged and Devil Artemis reference. And I'm pretty sure Devil Artemis is going to be doing the voice here.
Cell, get it?
Like he
This
is the
android
YouTube
possessed
Cell.
the genetic information of all the greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all
Yeah,
living things,
90-something%
and
of
weaponize it
Dragon
to
Ball
fire
can do
energy
this.
blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc,
And
the
Solar
Tri-Beam,
Flare.
his extra special favorite. Oh, weird, I'm not seeing
Oh, they didn't say
Chaozu
Solar
on
Flare.
this
Okay.
list.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
bud.
Tri-Beam.
Is Chaozu human?
Oh,
Okay.
Chaozu is a
Pokemon.
Pokemon. We all know
breathe
this.
in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza.
A psychic
and his
type
father.
Pokemon.
and because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some keys.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times.
And Cell
cannot
is
be
so
destroyed
busted.
unless the small
He
cluster
can
of
regenerate
cells that core his
cellularly,
being is
cellularly,
eradicated.
Should that little
and get
bugger
stronger
survive,
upon doing
Cell
so
will
thanks to his
always
Zenkai.
return, even stronger than before because of
My
the
hair.
Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta.
Am I going
Definitely
Super
the
Saiyan?
cream of the genetic crop.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate
Key manipulation, flight, absorption, telekinesis, self-destruct, Saiyan power boost, Namekian regeneration, Kamehameha, instant transmission, Gatling gun, Big Bang attack, special beam cannon, death beam, solar flare, multi-form technique, tri-beam, destructo disc, and spirit bomb. That's right, he can do that. I mean, he's only done it in the video games, but could he actually do spirit bomb? Since you gotta, you know, the life has to basically
attacks
willingly
like
give
the
it to you.
Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb,
Who would
and,
want to
of
give it
course,
to Cell?
Kamehameha,
What's he
as
gonna
well as
say?
teleport
Give
by
me your
locking
energy,
onto
I'm
a living
perfect.
being's key signature.
But the best
Alright,
part
the
of being a
bandit.
Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing
that's what
factor,
Bardock did
and
against
he's
Gas? I had
effectively
no
the
idea.
Ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual show.
Didn't Bardock go Super Saiyan?
Driven by
I
a
don't know.
biological imperative, Cell
I'm not
wanted
too caught up
nothing
in the
more
manga.
than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one
Perfect.
problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks,
very
but another future
confusing
Trunks. It's
origin.
Very complicated. There's like 5
Yeah,
timelines.
complications.
As Cell defeated and absorbed the
Back
androids,
to the future, indeed. Larva state, imperfect cell, semi-perfect cell, perfect powerhouse, and power weighted. I'm assuming that one of these is grade 3. The other one's when he got angry against Gohan and became ugly. Super perfect cell, comparable to Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, he do got the electricity.
evolved, not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of
This
whom
is
had
one of the most
decades of battle
narcissistic
experience under his
characters
belt.
out there.
Perfect
Cell.
Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable
Yep.
of destroying our...
This right here is his greatest feat, and it wasn't even a feat. It was just a statement. It was just a statement. Now, obviously, I feel like it's a statement worth, you know, put into consideration, considering how much stronger he is than other Planet Busters, and even possible Star Busters. If you look at Frieza and consider him a Star Buster, I'm getting into my nerdy power scaling phase. My bad. Basically, all I'm trying to say is this is his best power, like as far as he can go.
entire
Keep
solar
that in mind.
system.
While
Solar
the vast
system, which is
majority of our
big,
solar
but
system's mass is
Metal
located in the
Sonic's
sun,
gonna be like
this
multiversal
still means
watch.
that Cell's keywave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Oh, you
Cell's
destroyed
even
the solar
stronger
system in the games?
anime
Okay.
adaptation, considering the time.
Not that the
Frieza
games are
blew up
really all
Namek.
that canon,
in the
but
anime, the
it's backed
explosion
up.
was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was.
Wait, what's this? Frieza also survived the... Oh, yeah, that same blast. Other Toei characters like Garlic Jr. can create miniature black holes and nearly destroy a pocket dimension containing stars, making Frieza's feat consistent. Yeah, but to be fair, Garlic Jr.'s Dead Zone is more of a hacks, not like a thing akin to his power level. Like, Dead Zone is broken. Okay, that is like a broken ability, manipulating space and creating a pocket dimension that can, you know, trap you in within. So I wouldn't really. Plus, Garlic Jr. isn't even canon. I wouldn't really. He kind of is canon, but I don't think is Dead Zone canon. Either way, it's not really like a power thing. It's like a hacks.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast.
Can destroy the solar system. Tanked Krillin's destructo disc. Survived a planet-sized final flash. Regenerated from self-destruction. Compared to the Supreme Demon King Deborah. Yup. Defeated Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, Goku. Briefly contended with the almighty Hercule Satan. Bro, you had me hooked with these feat / accomplishments or whatever. And then you just keep throwing in a freaking gag at the end like you did with the Heat Tap Kermit thing.
Capable of blitzing even the strongest
Also, could
Z
Cell
fighters at the
defeat
time.
a
Goku
Tamagami?
flew from Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to hell, hundreds of billions of light years in
Can he
half
beat
a
Monaka?
minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait,
but
hold on, what?
Billions of light years in half a minute. Planet of
Sorry,
heaven,
sorry.
all the way to hell.
Oh,
hundreds
yeah,
of
that's right.
Billions of light years in half a minute.
Yeah,
and that
he
was
did.
in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but
That's
how
a good
about the
speed
power
feat.
to squeeze Mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique?
The Cell
Call it
Juniors.
the Kegel.
Perfect
Kegel?
Cell was entirely without
Yeah, that ain't no
peer,
key
and
technique, that's
no
just
longer
biological.
Jiro's petty grudge decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games! And
Ah,
if
yes,
Goku
the Cell
couldn't even
Games.
beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up,
Peak
Gohan unleashed
moment
his
right
rage,
here,
pushed
peak
the Bug
moment.
monster to his absolute limits and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his...
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to
That's
totally
crazy.
put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super Perfect Cell. Now with more lightning
Brilliant name.
in a
Perfect
battle
name.
for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological
Another peak
programming
moment.
against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for
The
going
father-son
beyond.
Kamehameha.
What can be destroyed
Oh,
can
man.
always be rebuilt. All
When
it
will we
takes
see
to
another
recreate
epic
the most
father-son
fearsome
moment
warrior in the universe
like that? Also,
be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the
Is
most
Somac gonna be
fearsome
in here then?
warrior in the universe is one single cell.
no, they're done. Oh yeah, they're done explaining Cell. So
Hey, real quick, did you know Death Metal launched on the clock with quadruple
They got a
in
gaming
speed?
So wait, I saw Cell Max in the end there. I think they just mentioned him as a little reference. He technically is a different Cell, so
Time and again,
he
the
might not be
world and its
involved.
cuddly
But
forest critters
involving
were
Cell
threatened by
Max
the
might be the
evil
only
and
chance Cell
noble
has,
Dr.
or something
Ivo
from Heroes.
Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same world and those
Here we
same
go.
critters were saved
Let's
by
see how Metal Sonic
the
wins.
Hedgehog. No matter how many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well,
Metal
0 points
Sonic.
on creativity for that name, but god damn, he does look metal as hell.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery,
Crater Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik. What a name. Height, 3 feet. Weight, damn! You're 3 feet, you weigh 276? I guess the metal, well, I guess that makes sense. How much does Sonic weigh? I'm gonna look that up later. Alias, Hyper Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord, Metallics. Okay, we get it, you like metal! Main CPU, Lips. Lips? Or is that, oh no, Lips. LIPS. AI Eggman Custom Chip. Got it. Lips. Okay. Got it. Frame Monocue. I can't even say that word. Monoque? Titanium. Engine 15CU
Eggman-
likes destroying Sonic and Breezy. I don't get Breezy. Hates Sonic. Gotcha.
built metal with more than enough blast processing to match his prototype.
Why does he have a pointy
Metal can
nose?
zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive
Bro,
black
flying to a
holes.
planet in
Metal can
seconds
use
is
all of
wild.
Sonic's power-ups and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround himself
Oh,
in
yeah, he's got
electric
the Iron
aura,
Man
or an impenetrable
core
force
laser
field.
thing.
By overloading his circuitry with
And a bunch of
energy,
other stuff
Metal
they just
can
said.
activate V maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path, at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough
Ooh, so if he does that to Cell, he can self-destruct. And he won't regenerate like Cell. Is that what you're saying? I'm just kidding.
to turn the rodent into
I'm just kidding, no matter
roadkill,
what,
but
Cell's
it only
losing this.
took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
But I'm still gonna
On
root for
paper,
Cell.
Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way. And
What,
yet,
what in the world was that
on
kick?
paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way.
I'm not gonna lie, Sonic, you had like 20 business days, business hours, whatever. You had 20 business years to dodge that kick. That was a weird kick.
And yet, he doesn't. For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred
Yo.
of defeats at
Imagine someone doing this to you.
the hands of Sonic and his
Kicking you,
Friends.
you explode, and he's just like, Heck no.
sharpen his AI into
That would
a
make me mad,
seething
too.
hatred of his rival.
Yeah, that
and
would-
a
bro, that would
burning
irk me,
desire
too.
to prove himself superior.
Like, you beating me up
well,
and you
when
doing
you're
it like
getting
that?
Your
You're styling?
supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B. You know something's gone horribly
Honey
wrong.
Nut Cheerios?
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If
Yo,
he
Sonic
was
should have his own
created to
cereal brand.
surpass Sonic and
It's like
couldn't
rings that
even
you eat
manage
with
that,
Chaos Emeralds?
What was
Just
it?
saying.
Why should
Marketing.
he exist?
Never one to admit
Hold on,
defeat.
let me listen to this real
Existential
quick.
crisis. If he was created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Sorry for pausing. I didn't want to talk about that. Writing wise, that is pretty interesting. Like that's some good like layering, some good depth to the writing of Metal Sonic. Him questioning his own existence. Even robotic hedgehogs have existential crises, guys.
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and
My
birthed
legs
him
hurt.
anew. You.
This Neo Metal Sonic
Ew.
was, above all, far smarter.
Oh yeah,
Especially
Neo Metal
after
Sonic.
he
I do like that
copied
design.
Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's
Oh, my legs.
copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his
Flight, spin dash, homing attack, chest laser, V, maximum overdrive, ring spark field, black shields, copycat, chaos control, time stop, warping, teleportation, spatial distortion, power ups, lost labyrinths, treasure, hyper, go energy, dark rings. Guys, I remember that. Bro, look at this. This is hacks right here. Cell can't do anything remotely close to this. Yeah, he's powerful enough to destroy a solar system at full power with a full power Kamehameha and can regenerate and get stronger and knows a bunch of techniques. That is it. This dude can stop time, can warp, can teleport, and has spatial distortion. You don't see anything close to spatial distortion until the Boo arc, and you don't see any of these outside of instant transmission until Super. Like,
receptors
Cell
that
is
can
cooked.
copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability
And
to
he can
recreate
copy abilities. I'm sorry, but like, the dude has Cosmic Gyro copying.
all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole.
So he can basically
and
copy
Big's
Cell's
ability to
abilities.
suck
So
at
he's more
fishing.
broken
Metal
than
isn't
Cell,
just
plus he can
learning
copy
their
his
moves.
abilities.
He can replicate more esoteric powers like Silver Psychokinesis, manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon
He's literally Cosmic
invisibility.
Gyro.
It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living
Yeah, because he's not
organism's
just copying
DNA.
techniques.
Yeah,
at
his
this point.
copying is
He's
so
doing what
busted,
Cosmic
it
Gyro
doesn't
can do.
really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Beerus?
The only
Oh.
chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
Chaos Emeralds.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emeralds,
Zawarido! Metal Sonic Kai? Okay. You get Metal Sonic, or is Metal Sonic Kai as useless as the Dragon Ball Kais? Neo Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord, the dude's just gonna like bring out a guitar, I guess. Master Overlord, okay. It's gonna bring out a mastered version of a guitar. Super Neo Metal Sonic, invulnerability, energy projection, and size shifting? The list goes on.
he can transform
Remember, he was
into
MVP
Super Neo Metal Sonic.
In that war between
Completely
up
invulnerable
against
and
Bowser.
completely golden. Whole universes.
See? That's it. It's over. Cell is not close to Universal. He's not. He's nowhere near Universal. So now Metal Sonic has the hacks, with all those abilities they mentioned, plus the Chaos Emeralds, which he can manipulate and harness, can fuel something that can destroy several stars. On top of that, they can even, like you just said, affect universes. It's over.
There's
GG's.
super characters like
How do you go from shifting continents to destroying to affecting universes? Sonic, speed similar, follows Sega's character logo. Then there's the
Sonic
Master
has battled
Gun.
and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, like the Time Eater.
Destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds.
See, how do you say that? This should have already been like the thesis to just be like, yo, maybe this is not a death battle that we should be doing. What were those other death battles called? They were like shorter. They were always sprite animation. They were shorter. They should have just made that into that, because hearing that, that's some Dragon Ball Hero stuff. Maybe Super.
At their
me hear it
peak,
again.
beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds.
Yeah, that's some Dragon Ball Hero stuff. That basically even surpasses Super. That surpasses like 90-something% of Super, my guy.
At their peak, 3 Super Hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super
Multiverse,
Neo Metal
that is
Sonic should
Heroes.
be just as
That is
powerful as any
Grand
of them.
Priest,
Though he's gotta
Zeno,
be quick,
Heroes.
because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant
This
crystal
man just became a freaking kaiju. How do you go from, like, bro, there was already Werehog, which was a wolf, a werewolf hedgehog. Now there's freaking Kaiju Hog? Hogzilla?
projectiles.
Mecha Hogzilla?
3 supersonic heroes all by himself? Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego
Let me read this real quick, but keep in mind, they just said it took 3 supersonic characters to fight Overlord, whatever that is, to fight freaking Mecha Hogzilla. That's what they said. They earlier said that 1 supersonic could fight the Time Eater, who can literally destroy other timelines. And 3 of them fought Solaris, who can like consume the multiverse or whatever. 3 of them, like how they're fighting Overlord right here. That's it. Anyways, assured control of the Eggman Empire, can keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, flew from little planet to Earth in seconds, harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, matched Eggman's genius intellect. Look at that. Matched his genius intellect. Battle Team Sonic, Rose, Dark, and Chaotix all at once defeated Sonic, Knuckles, Silver, Shadow.
might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
Is this a spite
That
match?
copy that Metal had finally outclassed all the heroes Metal had
Metal
gathered
Sonic
had
is literally
team
about to
up
avenge
take him
Megatron.
down.
He may have
He's
stolen
about to
their
avenge his
abilities, but
clanker-
Metal
his
never possessed
clanker.
the thing that made the Sonic
fellow
heroes
clanker.
successful.
Remember how
Their
Frieza beat
friendship
Megatron?
and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land.
Maybe you should add some stuff from Dragon Ball Heroes or Cell Max to make this fight more fair. I'm just kidding, guys. Look, I'm not salty. I'm just like, when you see a death battle, you want to see a close match. I'm not saying it won't be entertaining, because I'm going to enjoy it. Believe me, I'm going to enjoy this. It is a good fight. But dang, it's so one-sided. It's like, yikes. As someone who likes the power scale, yikes. But I'll try to brush that aside and, I guess, enjoy my boy Cell getting squashed like a bug.
On those things. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes?
Who would win, Metal
Maybe
Sonic or
Metal is
Sonic
more
EXE?
cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie. The ability to lie.
Bum, bum, bum. The ability to lie.
Hey, I'm Chad.
What's he
The
lying
voice
about?
Matchup is about to begin, and we can't wait for you to see it. But first, I want to pitches. Any matchup, we wanted to keep it going. A lot of episodes from you.
Pitch my
This was
matchup?
originally worked on, so you better act quick.
I'm gonna have to pitch some matchups if
you're a
you guys
website
are
member,
doing
you get discounts
one-sided
on all of our
spite
merch
matches like
for a
this.
decade ago. Check that out. Be capped. So here we go. And remember, deathbattle.gg. We want to hear your pitches. Thanks.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
It's time for Cell's death, you mean? That's what it should be called.
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes you. Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... Then prepare to kneel before you.
Oh, he's already starting in Neo?
Perfect.
I like the dialogue, okay. So Cell is coming here, challenging Robotnik. specifically challenging his creation, probably seeing it like Jiro, and obviously Metal Sonic's like Cell. That was cool. He like whacked him and multi-form technique. A barrier. Yep, Restroom Cannon should be able to pierce through it. Okay. They do that a lot in death battles. Oh my gosh, he made him. I think he made his eye malfunction.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Fitting.
Not anymore.
Fitting. The Vegeta line. The Vegeta in him. Oh wow. It's over? Question mark. That's Overlord, right? The one that took 3 supersonic characters to fight. Like bring in Cell Max now, maybe? Music going hard. Is that a piano? Using telekinesis to throw the freaking death egg at him, and then pushed it like a spirit bomb. But you better do spirit bomb. Okay, so I guess he blew him up with the power of the death egg.
You're dealing with the ultimate life form.
That's a cool shot.
Already possesses data.
And the Cell music playing in the background.
Done
Hold on. Is he interrupting
with
me?
the ultimate
That's
life
not
form.
Dragon Ball.
Already possesses data. Observe chaos.
That's not Dragon Ball. Cell, you're breaking the rules. That must be the Android 17 in him.
Life form data
And he froze time.
successfully copied.
He did a Goldo. Took his arm. We'll throw that back.
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet.
It will. Puppet! It's funny because Kermit is a puppet or a Muppet.
I know. Now I know everything about you.
Oh, it's over.
Insect.
Oh, he did the Cell too. They always do that in Death Battle. They have the other character do what the other character does. Man, if Cell had gotten DNA from Goldo, he could also stop time. Here come the Cell Juniors, and this man created freaking Metal Sonic clones. Got it. Metal copies. Look at this. Is he doing Tri-Beam?
Don't you dare.
Yeah, Cell does not like that move. Metal Sonic did it on purpose. Into the Cell games. Did he create a triangle there? No? Oh, he powered up. Not that it matters. Ooh, I like how the Command Man was like a countdown.
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them.
That's a fire line. That's a good line. That's a really good line. That's a spectacular line. Perfect line.
If you are all
But
of them, then so am I. I'll never lose to a machine like.
sorry, Cell. This is the one machine that you can't beat, nor can you absorb. That's it, right? Yep. You already know that's gonna. Yep, that's getting destroyed.
I'll crush you.
The Z Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have
Cronoa,
been one of the
Supreme
greatest
Cat
threats in
Time,
Dragon
gonna have
Ball
to
Z,
send somebody
but
there.
Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength, speed, abilities, and
Metal
adaptation.
Sonic takes
First
all.
up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emerald.
Yeah, that was
But
it.
hang on,
GG's.
Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
So was
They
second
did,
form
but they didn't
Frieza.
specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse. And Super Neo Metal
You
wouldn't
can't be
scale to them.
generous, bro.
Metal
Cell is
Sonic
not
takes
universal.
the edge in strength.
And with
it.
Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that
So
to
many
Goku's
numbers.
flight from Heaven to Hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe
Hold on,
in
are they trying to
distance
make
at
an argument?
approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
For
Just
Cell
like
being
Time
faster?
Eater. The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know,
What?
the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the
Cell takes speed? How the heck does any Dragon Ball character take speed over a Sonic character? Can't Sonic, like, go back in time with his speed and Metal Sonic is comparable to that or something? I guess not. That's one heck of a reach. I'm not gonna lie. That's one hell of a reach right there. Ain't no way. If we're going by physical strength, you can make an argument Cell being stronger physically. But frickin' speed? Yeah, nah,
Scales.
bro.
They
That's a
share
stretch.
many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On
But
top
Metal
of that,
Sonic could
Cell's
copy that, right?
Saiyan genes
Because
would let him
he can
grow in
copy
power every time he almost
genetics
died.
or something?
And his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big
I'm not gonna
advantage
lie.
in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or
stopping time. Look at
something
that, said at the same
countered
time.
Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald Spatial Distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters.
That's
and
fair.
Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times.
That's Surge. Surge beat Metal Sonic? Wow.
So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a walk.
That's still cap. Because even ignoring the fact that Metal Sonic can straight up just copy all of Cell's abilities, if we're looking at base abilities, the man being able to stop time, distort space, shift continents, and warp whatever, teleport? Like, yeah, Cell could teleport instant transmission, but stopping time, shifting continents, warping, distorting space, GG's, bro. Y'all are reaching to try to make this closer.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents,
Which is Metal
aka their adaptation.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb
copy.
Metal.
Oh, yeah,
Cell's
can't absorb
ability to
him.
physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb Androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily
cyborgs.
organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and
Yeah.
are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Damn, that's one heck of a shot. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Obviously, when it comes to certain comics, whether it's Marvel, DC, Sonic, they be going overboard with the feats and abilities, my guy. It's already bad enough the dude can do some universal, potentially multiversal stuff and stop time and all that. But I find it absolute bullcrap that this man can copy genetic stuff. As a machine, how can you copy genetic stuff? You are a machine. That doesn't even make sense anymore. I mean, it's fiction. It's not supposed to make sense, but that is bullcrap. See, like Cosmic Garo, it makes sense. The dude's like godly and stuff. He's still organic, godly, divine material. This is a machine. It's okay if he's copying, you know, like Sonic Spin Dash and telekinesis, I guess, but copying, like, I don't know, being able to, I don't know, bro, regenerate and stuff, or like let's say like Boo's Candy Bean. I don't know, I feel like that's a little
something he
extra.
could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember,
Yep.
Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key technique?
Like, how do you even regenerate? The reason Cell can regenerate is because he has the biomass and the cellular structure to do so. Metal Sonic is gadgets. It's not like Metal Cooler who can like Metal Cooler, Metal Sonic, who can freaking, you know.
Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described
What's the other one?
Copied. Cell's key techniques?
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
That one I can
copied.
understand.
Chaos
Him. I can
Emeralds are
understand him
described as
copying
being able
Ki.
to produce life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level.
Yep.
Just like Gohan did.
GG.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z Fighters know how to do, but that's not.
They can imitate artificial generators. Metal Sonic's generators are similar, utilizing orgone energy, another form of life energy, further reinforcing that Metal Sonic could reliably be. I mean, I don't care if he can imitate Ki. That's whatever. He can imitate Ki, fine. It's the fact that he can imitate regeneration.
Not gonna help him, because Metal
what's
can do
wild to
anything
me.
Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess,
Yeah, he'd get
including
overwhelmed.
any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Honestly, all
I
of these
guess
should
now
go to
I
Metal
get why
Sonic.
they called it Sonic CD.
And why's that?
Cell died. Wiz, you get it?
That was hilarious,
CD?
bro.
Wiz, where you go? Come on back. Next time on Death Battle.
What's next, though? Is that Reze? Wait a second. Is that what I think? Reze versus Bakugo? Yo, they're actually doing it. They're actually doing Reze versus Bakugo. This matchup went so
Subscribe.
viral for no reason. Well, I mean, I understand the reasons, but wow. Wow. Now that I'm hyped for. That I must see. Reze versus Bakugo. Obviously, Bakugo wins. If you think about it, this is another stomp. But it's not as bad of a stomp as this. And they're not as broken either. Reze versus Bakugo is a good one. Anyways, there you guys have it. A good death battle. Extremely one-sided. I don't think I've seen a one-sided death battle like this in a while. Because this is the equivalent of like putting Comic Flash against... I mean, Goku Black versus Reverse Flash was also a stomp. But it wasn't as much of a stomp as Cell versus Metal Sonic. It was a bad stomp. Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. It was pretty bad. But again, it wasn't this bad. And honestly speaking, they should have brought some hero stuff for Goku Black in that fight just to try to make up for how much of a stomp it was, because Goku Black is pretty busted in Dragon Ball Heroes. I mean, everyone is. It's Dragon Ball Heroes. You pretty much need heroes when you're trying to contend Dragon Ball characters with comic characters, because no other anime is going to stand a chance, excluding Saitama maybe, and certain other busted characters around. But that being said, W Death Battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'd enjoyed it despite how one-sided it was, despite seeing my boy Cell get utterly squashed, destroyed by a robot, ironically so. And, well, Clankers unite because Metal Sonic avenged Megatron. Anywho, I do think they should have added some heroes, maybe Cell Max, to try to balance it. I feel like they were reaching big time to make this look like a good fight. It was still obviously entertaining, regardless of that. Like, you know, W animation, W dialogue, they did a really good job with the dialogue here between the two. They definitely did a really good job with Cell's dialogue. And, you know, they scored Metal Sonic's personality and rebuttals. Yeah, good death battle. Can't wait for the next one. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's boost this channel up. Recommend anything you'd like me to react to. I'm always there to react to almost anything. Doesn't always have to be anime, even though I'm a bit of a weeb. You can tell by Goku back there. But, yeah, just recommend anything. And, you know, guys, just want a personal message. The world is grim these days. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to get deep into it, but try to stay, you know, if you're religious, stay connected to God. If you're a spiritualist like myself, you know, stay connected to your spirit. Stay positive, stay well. And, yeah, I just wanted to let that, you know, I just wanted to share that with y'all because things are tough. So I pray for you all and have a good life because it's all we can do at this point. Anyways, peace.